your lifeboat?
Yeah, I would suppose my wife, always. That's a good person to have in your lifeboat with you.
It makes it a gorgeous boat as well.
Not a bad boat.
Hollywood stars Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Julia Roberts, and Mark Wahlberg have broken their silence with a major announcement addressing the ongoing rumors about George Clooney, his wife, and kids. Here's what they had to say. Recent rumors surrounding Clooney, his wife Amal, and their children include claims suggesting divorce preparations are ongoing and alleged maltreatment involving their children. What could these stars possibly reveal about the iconic Clooney family? Is there truth to the rumors, or are they merely products of the media? Recent disturbances between the Clooneys, who is intensely protective of her twins Ella and Alexander, found herself at odds with her husband, George Clooney, over a particular situation. According to some insiders and recent reports, it is speculated that the maltreatment of her children led to an argument between herself and George. It all started when their kids were spending some time at the Clooney family's luxurious estate in Italy. This was more like a moment of relaxation for the family, but everything changed when a supposed maltreatment occurred involving one of their closest associates, according to inside sources. This particular associate is said to have either attacked the Clooney children either verbally or physically, leading to an emotional outburst from both Amal and George. With this news still recent, the details surrounding the incident are still unclear. However, the implications of such a behavior on their children have caused Amal to take action. It was also stated that she was reportedly so upset that she immediately requested that George put an end to any ties with the individual involved. Over the years, Amal has been able to successfully build her reputation on advocating for justice and the rights of the innocent. This time, the beautiful lawyer has found herself in the difficult position of having to protect her kids while also managing her marriage to the famous actor. Although these speculations and information from the said inside sources did not get into all of the details as to who the associate might be. What's even more shocking is that this incident has led to a deeper conflict in the relationship between George and Amal, even more than many could have ever predicted. As these tensions build up, Amal on one hand is said to have reportedly reached her breaking point and has thought it wise to request a change in how their family operates. Most of their fans are extremely worried that this won't lead to the end of their sweet relationship. Others, on the other hand, are dropping comments regarding Amal's reasons for making such a huge decision, which would potentially end her marriage. As a mother, she is most likely to go to great lengths in ensuring the safety and well-being of her kids. The news of this alleged maltreatment, no matter how small or large, likely crossed a line she couldn't ignore, which most have probably led to the news of Amal's decision to call her marriage to George off. According to some speculations, it suggests that the emotional strain Amal is currently facing seems unbearable for her, coupled with the idea that her children could be hurt, even indirectly, was something she could not let slide away just like that. While all of these were going on privately, it was also alleged that Amal and George had many long, intense discussions in private over how to handle the situation, but at the end of the day, Amal stood firm on her decisions. George Clooney, on the other hand, who is also protective of his children and their well-being, seemed to agree with her stance, though with deep feelings of frustration. Considering Amal's strong morals and her commitment to her children's safety, it has been rumored that despite all the reassurance George stated during their conversation about taking drastic actions against this person, Amal simply could not reconcile with George on this matter. Some sources suggest that while the couple has not yet officially announced any separation, they are living apart for the time being, as Amal has reportedly been spending more time with her children in London, while George has been seen out and about in Los Angeles continuing his movie projects. Could this be a temporary conflict or a permanent shift in the Clooney's empire? Amal has made a huge decision, and from her personality, it is speculated that she is unlikely to back down on it. As for George, he's reportedly heartbroken over the situation, since he never expected his family life to come to this point, especially after years of building a life with Amal, and considering how many failed relationships and marriages he had in the past. While many fans continue to show support for Amal and George being together, others have questioned George's role in the drama. Could his failure to act quickly enough in protecting his children have contributed to the fallout, or was he too slow to take responsibility for the situation? As time went on, there has been news of Amal sticking to her decision to bring an end to her years of marriage to George. Her legal team has emphasized the fact that the split is amicable, but it is quite obvious that Clooney's emotional state suggests otherwise. Insiders also speculated that the couple have been engaged in a series of discussions about custody arrangements and the division of assets, which has become a focal point in the proceedings, as both parties seem dedicated to ensuring that their children remain their priority throughout the process. The couple's decision to approach their divorce process with so much dignity is highly commendable, as they've been able to prioritize their children's needs and are making meaningful attempts to keep the legal proceedings as private as possible. How they've been able to do this sets a powerful example of maturity and responsibility in the face of adversity. While George Clooney goes through this significant phase of his life, most of his fans are left wondering what lies ahead for him. Will he return to dating, or will he rather take time off to focus on himself and his children? Clooney has always been an advocate for personal growth and self-reflection, so it's likely he will use this time to reassess his life priorities and engage in personal development. As usual, the media and his numerous fans all over the world have already started circulating rumors and comments about potential new relationships for Clooney. However, it's been rumored that he has made it clear that he will only focus on being a father first, as his utmost concern is to ensure that Ella and Alexander feel loved and supported throughout this phase of separation and beyond. As for his strong commitments to humanitarian causes, which he usually carried out with Amal, it's rumored that he has decided to remain committed and steadfast to that course too, and will keep using his platform to make a difference, because this most likely be the only thing to provide him with a sense of purpose as he navigates his challenges. While for Amal, she may most likely maintain her focus on her career, while navigating the emotional challenges of the divorce. As the couple moves forward through this phase, there has been much speculation regarding whether Amal will seek to establish her foundation separate from the Clooney name, or continue to partner with George on various humanitarian projects. With all of these speculations, the most unfortunate part of these events surrounding George and Amal is alleged reports revealing that the FBI has seized George's properties and had some of his accounts frozen. There are a series of speculations suggesting that there may be more beneath the surface, maybe potential legal entanglements or financial disputes that go far beyond a mere divorce. Some people are questioning if Amal could have seen this coming and prepared for it, while George, on the other hand, was blindsided. There are so many questions going through the minds of their fans. Could there be a strategy at play with assets frozen to prevent a financial maneuver? Or is this just the beginning of a detailed courtroom drama that could expose deep secrets no one expected? And where does this lead their children? Well, with all of these going on, what does George Clooney's BFF Brad Pitt have to say about these speculations? Brad Pitt's opinion. There's no doubt that George Clooney and Brad Pitt are best friends, and they do share something special. Most likely, these two are closer than brothers. However, George Clooney's alleged divorce from Amal Clooney has led Brad Pitt to step in with unexpected advice for his best friend. Sources claimed he gave this advice during a private conversation with his friend, because he's yet to make any public appearance or statements regarding the rumors surrounding the Clooney family. This remains a mere speculation. Brad Pitt is said to have advised his friend George Clooney to go find a new wife. It's surprising seeing that this is alleged to have come from someone who is likened to one of the latest bachelors of Hollywood. Many people have speculated that his advice most likely came from a place of simply trying to help a friend move on, or probably there is something more to the rumors of a possible divorce that Pitt is aware of. Well, like they say, time reveals everything. There's no doubt that George and Brad have been close friends for years, a bond built on trust, shared experiences, and countless Hollywood collaborations. But Brad's suggestion to replace them all with someone new is bold, especially considering George's image as a committed husband and father. Could Brad be seeing signs that his friend, who once vowed to never settle down, and finally did, is ready to leave this chapter behind entirely? For Brad himself, he's had his share of failed marriages and relationships, and has emerged from them with fresh insights on love and relationships. Could his own experiences be shaping his advice to George? Julia Roberts is someone who is also very close to George Clooney. Let's get into the speculated details about what she has to say. Julia Roberts' opinion. It is rumored that just after a few weeks of the news of George and Amal divorce making rounds on the internet, Julia Roberts has finally stepped forward, breaking her silence on George Clooney's rumored split. From the sources, this wasn't just a firm statement, but a piece of advice. It is speculated that she reportedly told George to focus on his career and let them all go, just like George's best friend, Brad Pitt. What exactly led Julia to suggest that he let his longtime heartthrob leave just like that and focus more on his career? There's no doubt that Julia and George's friendship is one of the industry's most iconic friendships. These two have been close for decades now, sharing both on-screen chemistry and a deep off-screen bond. Considering his healthy relationship with George, what does Matt Damon have to say about these speculations? Matt Damon's opinion. When asked during an interview what his thoughts are about George becoming a father, he gladly responded, "Oh, he'll be great, and we've been excited for him." Matt Damon also went further to state that George and Amal are two of the greatest people he knows, and they're going to be fantastic parents. Matt is no doubt one of the closest persons to the Clooneys, and he has always laid out his praises on these two, celebrating how much of a great parent they are to their kids. Some sources have speculated that the news of the alleged divorce between George and Amal will have great effects on some of their close friends, especially Matt. While insiders have confirmed that Matt is yet to say just anything about this news, from his previous fondness of the couple, it is most likely that his opinion might be contrary to that of Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts. While fans are eagerly keeping close eyes on Matt and his sincere advice to George, let's take a look at Mark Wahlberg's opinion. Mark Wahlberg's opinion. Although George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg have not had frequent collaborations in Hollywood, their mutual respect and admiration for each other is highly commendable. One thing they share in common is their love for humanitarian causes and philanthropy, business ventures, and passion for causes beyond acting, making them prominent figures who occasionally cross paths in the industry. One notable instance where they would have crossed paths to leave an incredible mark in their careers would have been in the film Ocean's 11. Although Wahlberg was initially considered for a role in the movie, he turned it down, which later created room for Clooney to collaborate with other actors like Brad Pitt and Matt Damon. Some rumors have been speculated that Mark Wahlberg has decided to keep his opinion to himself, considering the fact he has always respected George and Amal's privacy, and based on the level of mutual respect he shares with George, he would only air his opinion after the couple have either confirmed the news of the rumors to be true or not. The couple have repeatedly expressed their commitment to each other and pointed out during interviews how they've managed to stay together without having any argument for over 10 years now. However, contrary reports and speculations by sources close to the Clooneys emphasize that they are no longer living together, with rumors of divorce proceedings ongoing privately. Amal has stood by George through various challenges, including a serious motorcycle accident, which he had in 2018, highlighting their strong commitment and bond. The divorce news is largely based on speculations from some insiders. We await further comments from the couple to be able to ascertain all of these speculations. But before all these started, let's take a look at how this couple have been together. The power couple. George and Amal were seen as the true definition of a Hollywood power couple, however. This came with its disadvantages and pressure. It's been 10 years of partnership and blissful marriage life between George Clooney and his wife Amal. They've been recognized by the fans and the media as the power couple. However, it's been rumored that they are currently facing unexpected difficulties that might end their once beautiful marriage. Before meeting Amal, George never thought that he would get married, especially after being in a series of failed relationships and even failed marriages. These claims surrounding one of the most talked about marriages have been consistently refuted by the couple right before this time. However, the media world has been unstable for a few weeks now, with rumors of divorce preparations between George Clooney and Amal. But like anyone, Clooney is not immune to the struggles of love and marriage and all of the complexities that come with it. His relationship with Amal Clooney, a distinguished human rights attorney, has often been celebrated. They got married in 2014 in Venice. However, recent events have indicated that their relationship is undergoing significant strain. Since their wedding, George and Amal have continued to build a life that many admire. They've traveled the world and supported each other's careers, all while keeping their relationship strong. Though both are highly successful individually, the love and respect they have for each other remain central to everything they do. Whether it's George supporting Amal's work in human rights or Amal cheering on George's latest film project, they're a team in every sense. Even during challenging times, the Clooneys have shown resilience. A few months after their wedding, George opened up about how marrying Amal changed his life. He stated once in an interview that meeting the human rights lawyer gave him a new outlook on the future. On the set of a particular interview, when George was asked if they were going to have kids, George responded that he and Amal weren't thinking about kids yet. About a year into their marriage, he revealed that communication was the secret to his strong relationship with Amal. He also said that they stay connected, even when apart or miles away, using video chat platforms. Surprisingly, the news of Amal and George's expecting their first child together came as a big shock to the public, who eagerly sought a statement from both of them all through that period. Despite the pressures from the public, they both chose to keep the news private. The couple eventually became parents on the 6th of June 2017, when Amal eventually gave birth to their twins Alexander and Ella at St. Mary's Hospital, London. In June 2018, Amal spoke about the early days of her relationship with George. She mentioned how she couldn't sleep when they were apart, and that his texts and letters made her smile especially. She went on to describe how years later her feelings for George hadn't changed, and she still admired him deeply. What are your thoughts so far? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to our channel, and also click the next video shown on your screen.